Hello and welcome! Today we are going to take a look at the brand new ThinkPad Carbon Gen 12. This is not a full review, that will come later. Instead, it's a first look at what has changed, and trust me, there's plenty to talk about. The Carbon hasn't been refreshed for 3 years, and this 2024 version introduces plenty of new features and improved design. The reason why this is not a full review is that I'm still waiting for final drivers and I don't want to run benchmarks and battery tests on this early engineering sample. However, that does not stop me from showing you everything that's new in the ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 brand new for 2024. Right, let's start with the design. Of course, the Gen 12 is thinner and lighter, which is somewhat expected, but how much exactly? Well, Gen 12 is now only 14.9mm versus 15.3 on the old Gen 11. The weight went down from 1.12 kilos to 1.09 kilos, and it feels astonishingly light while holding and carrying around. Even the bezels are significantly thinner this year, which actually results in a 5% increase in the screen-to-body ratio. The ThinkPad logo on the palm rest has also changed. It's now debossed, resulting in a much cleaner overall look. Design, of course, is very subjective, but I think that as far as business laptop go, the Carbon Gen 12 is by far the best looking out there. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm a huge fan of what Lenovo has done this year. It's one of those laptops that you just want to grab and start working on. You might have noticed that the side speakers are now gone. Oh no, what a downgrade. But actually, they've just been moved underneath the keyboard, so you are still getting that front-firing speakers experience. There's no need to worry about sound being muffled. I think moving the speakers under the keyboard is such a smart idea. You are not losing the full-size keyboard experience. You have a chassis with a smaller footprint, and yet you are not losing the front-firing speakers. Pretty neat if you ask me. Now take a look at this. Finally, the Control and FN keys are in the correct order. I mean, you could swap them around in Lenovo Vantage before, but there is no need to do that anymore. Thank you Lenovo. But of course, if you are one of those people who prefers in the other way around, you still have the option to do this in Lenovo Vantage. You might have also noticed that the fingerprint reader has now moved next to the right control key, and I'm not quite sure I like this change. Can you hear my light? It's going mental. For some reason, the light fan is just Anyway, before you could power up your laptop while your credentials were also being scanned at the same time. Now it's a two-step process. And the power button has been moved to the right side next to the audio jack. Another new thing with this keyboard is that if you look closer, you can see little bumps. This is a great addition because it is designed to help with the discoverability of the key. It's also designed to improve usability and help navigate around the keyboard, which is brilliant and something every keyboard should have. The trackpad is where some of my favorite updates have happened. For years, the ThinkPad trackpad was divided. The touch area was separate, but the top part of the trackpad was always occupied by the clickpad with the 3 physical buttons. Don't worry, even with this new haptic trackpad, you can actually set the pressure sensitivity on the trackpad and where the clickpad would be separately, thereby simulating those 3 physical buttons. It works pretty well, but I would never use it myself. I'm just happy the X1 Carbon finally got the larger trackpad area for gestures. Regarding the track point, you can still summon the handy menu by double tapping it, like this. Come on! Finally, something happened. I just wish the animation would be faster because it takes ages to come up. I mean, look at this. I'm on a call and I need to change my output device quickly. It's just too slow. It's great that Lenovo came up with the secondary use of the track point, but user experience could do with some polishing. Other than that, it's great. Like, I can change my microphone mode here. I can do voice typing. Okay, neat. I can change my output, as I said before. I can change volume real quick. I can set the battery charge threshold to prevent the battery from, losing its original capacity very quickly. That's pretty neat. And if I go to advanced settings, yeah, the animation, brilliant. It takes me to the touchpad settings for some reason. weird. Now let's talk about panel. First and foremost, the screen refresh rate has been finally bumped up from 60Hz to 120Hz on this gorgeous 2.8K 14-inch OLED. The bezels are also much thinner this time around, yet the laptop is still very rigid, sturdy and well built. Lenovo did not compromise the legendary rugged ThinkPad reputation despite the fact that with these improvements the Carbon now looks not only fresh and new, but also delivers everything you would expect a ThinkPad to deliver. The display now also supports touch, which I'm personally not a huge fan of on clamshell laptops, but it can be very useful at times. Spec-wise, the new Carbon does not disappoint. It features the Intel Core Ultra 7 155H, which is based on the new Meteor Lake platform and comes with NPU cores or neural processing unit that will help offload AI-related tasks while consuming less power. The memory goes up to whopping 64 gigs of LPDDR5X soldered, of course, but with 32 or 64 gigs, you should be safe for next couple of years. The storage goes up to 2 TB of PCIe 4.0. and the battery has a capacity of 57 Wh, but we need to run some battery tests to see how much more power efficient Meteor Lake actually is. It's 2024, which means you can now get Carbon with Wi-Fi 7, hooray, or good old Wi-Fi 6E. Something I've also noticed is that there is no USB-C port on the right side of the laptop, which means in certain setups you would need to run the cable around the laptop. Other than that, nothing has changed in terms of ports, and that's great. Please don't take away USB-A and HDMI 2.1. Thanks. Camera has also seen significant upgrade. Now this tiny camera can be spec'd up to 8 megapixels with AR for Windows Hello Face Unlock, and there is still a physical privacy shutter. Yay! No, but seriously, I do prefer to physically block my webcam instead of relying on e-shutters. This camera bump Lenovo actually calls communication bar, which you've also might seen on Legion and Yoga products, and it is designed to house the new camera with larger sensor, 2 microphones, but also helps with easier one-hand opening of the laptop. Now, I would not like to draw any conclusions before we actually test the performance and battery life, but in terms of design and user experience, I can definitely say that Gen 12 is miles ahead of its predecessor, and the improvements are both great and meaningful. Well, that's it for this quick look and brand new ThinkPad X1 Gen 12. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the full review of this impressive ultra-thin laptop. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.